Welcome to today's English listening practice. I want you to relax and listen to this simple motivation video titled, Focus on Yourself, Not Others. Let's get started. Many people spend their whole life watching what others are doing. They constantly observe the clothes people wear, the money they appear to have, the success they seem to achieve, and even the happiness they display in public. This habit, though it may seem harmless at first, slowly steals their peace of mind without them realizing it. Instead of paying attention to their own growth, they become spectators of other people's lives. They begin to measure their worth using someone else's ruler. They forget that their own life needs attention, care, and intentional effort. The truth is simple and undeniable. The more you watch others, the less you grow yourself. Your energy is limited each day. Your mental focus, emotional strength, and time are precious resources. If you waste them analyzing, comparing, and thinking about people's lives, you will have nothing meaningful left to invest in your own journey. While you are busy looking outward, your own dreams remain unattended. While you are studying their progress, your own potential remains unused. And slowly, without noticing, you become stuck. Not because you cannot grow, but because you are distracted from the one life you are actually responsible for, your own. When you focus on yourself, something powerful and life-changing begins to happen inside you. Your mind, which was once restless from constant comparison, begins to calm down. The noise created by thoughts of who is ahead of you and who is behind you starts to fade away. You stop measuring your life using other people's timelines. You begin to understand deeply that life is not a race where everyone must arrive at the same destination at the same time. Everyone has a different path, a different background, different struggles, and a different time to shine. Some people bloom early, while others bloom later. Some take longer routes, while others move quickly. Your job is not to compete with any of them. Your job is simply to improve your own life, step by step, day by day, at your own pace. When your attention returns to yourself, you notice areas where you can grow. You become more aware of your habits, your mindset, and your choices. This awareness brings clarity, and with clarity comes peace, because you finally realize that your only real responsibility is to become better than who you were yesterday. Comparing yourself to others is one of the biggest hidden reasons for sadness and dissatisfaction in life. When you compare, you only see what is visible on the surface. You see their success, but you do not see the countless struggles, failures, and sleepless nights that came before it. You see their smile, but you do not see the silent pain they carry inside. You see the final result, but you do not see the long and difficult process. Social media has made this problem even worse in modern times. People carefully select what they show to the world. They post pictures of celebrations, achievements, vacations, and happy moments. They rarely show the tears, the disappointments, the doubts, and the hard work behind the scenes. When you compare your full life, including your struggles and weaknesses, to their best moments, you will always feel behind. This is an unfair comparison that steals your confidence and joy. The truth is that everyone is fighting battles you cannot see, but comparison blinds you from this truth and makes you feel like you are the only one struggling, when in reality, you are simply human like everyone else. Focusing on yourself means developing a deep awareness of who you truly are. It means honestly recognizing your strengths and accepting your weaknesses without denial or shame. It requires you to ask a powerful question every single day. How can I be better today than yesterday? This simple question has the ability to change everything in your life. When you ask it sincerely, your attention shifts from blaming others to improving yourself. You stop pointing fingers at circumstances, people, or bad luck. You stop making excuses for why you are not where you want to be. Instead, you begin to take full responsibility for your growth. You realize that while you cannot control everything around you, You can control your effort, your attitude, and your choices. This mindset gives you power. It removes the victim mentality and replaces it with a growth mentality. Each day becomes an opportunity to improve in small ways. Over time, these small improvements add up to big changes, and before you know it, you become a stronger, wiser, and more disciplined version of yourself simply because you chose to focus inward rather than outward. Your time is one of the most valuable things you possess, yet it is also the easiest thing to waste without noticing. Every minute you spend gossiping about others, discussing their lives, or thinking about what they are doing is a minute you will never get back. Time, once gone, cannot be recovered. Imagine if you use that same time to learn a new skill, read a meaningful book, exercise your body, practice a talent, or plan your future carefully. Your life would begin to change faster than you think. Small daily investments in yourself create powerful long-term results. But when your time is spent watching others, you remain in the same place while the clock continues to move forward. Many people complain that they do not have enough time to improve their lives, yet they spend hours each day focusing on things that do not contribute to their growth. When you understand the true value of your time, you become more careful about where you place your attention. You start choosing activities that build you instead of distractions that drain you. When you focus on yourself, you begin to understand your purpose in a way that was not possible before. The constant noise created by observing others slowly fades, and in that quiet space, you start to hear your own inner voice more clearly. You begin to ask deeper questions about what truly matters to you, what kind of life you want to live, and what genuinely makes you feel fulfilled. This process of self-reflection leads to powerful discoveries about your passions, your interests, and your natural strengths. Many people never find real happiness because they spend their entire lives copying others instead of knowing themselves. They follow trends, imitate lifestyles, and chase goals that do not align with their true nature. But when your focus turns inward, you stop trying to fit into other people's paths. You begin creating your own. You start making decisions based on what feels right for you, not what looks impressive to others. This is how purpose is discovered, not through comparison, but through self-awareness and honest reflection. People will always talk. Some will judge you without understanding you. Some will misunderstand your silence, your choices, or your lifestyle. Others may even criticize you simply because you are different from what they expect. This is a normal part of life that everyone experiences. However, when you are deeply focused on your own path, their words begin to lose their power over you. You no longer feel the need to defend yourself or explain every decision you make. You realize that their opinions, whether positive or negative, do not build your future. Your actions do. When your attention is on your own growth, you have no time to be distracted by outside noise. You understand that people speak from their own level of understanding, their own experiences, and their own limitations. Their judgments are reflections of them, not you. This awareness gives you emotional freedom. Instead of being controlled by what others say, you stay committed to what you know you must do for your own progress. Self-focus also helps you build a strong and lasting sense of confidence. Every small improvement you make in your habits, skills, mindset, or discipline adds to your belief in yourself. You begin to see real evidence that you are capable of growth and change. This kind of confidence is not based on praise from others or temporary achievements. It is built slowly from daily effort and consistent self-improvement. As you continue working on yourself, you start to trust your abilities more. You become less afraid of challenges because you know you are constantly preparing yourself to handle them. You walk with more courage, not because you feel superior to others, but because you know you are putting in the work every day. This inner confidence becomes visible in the way you speak. the way you carry yourself, and the decisions you make. It is quiet, steady, and powerful. And it all begins from the simple habit of focusing on your own growth instead of watching others. Do not be distracted by other people's progress or achievements. It is easy to feel discouraged when you see someone else reaching milestones that you have not yet reached. But their success does not reduce your chances of succeeding. Life is not a limited competition where only a few people can win. There is enough space, opportunity, and success available for everyone. Each person is running a different race on a different path. Some paths are shorter, some are longer, and some have more obstacles than others. When you constantly look at how fast others are moving, you forget to pay attention to your own steps. Stay in your lane and run your race at your own speed. Focus on the direction you are going rather than the speed at which others are moving. Progress is personal. What matters is not how fast you go, but that you keep moving forward without losing focus on your own journey. When you stop watching others, you suddenly discover that you have more time and mental space to reflect on your own life. You begin to think more deeply about your goals, your priorities, and the direction you want to take. This reflection allows you to plan better and make wiser decisions. Instead of reacting to what others are doing, you become proactive about your own future. You start organizing your thoughts, your schedule, and your plans in a way that aligns with your personal growth. Your life becomes more structured and meaningful because you are intentional about how you spend your time and energy. You begin to see connections between your actions and your results. This awareness helps you avoid unnecessary distractions and stay committed to what truly matters. Over time, this habit of reflection and planning creates a sense of control and clarity in your life that was not there before. Focusing on yourself teaches you the true meaning of patience. In a world where everything seems fast and instant, it is easy to expect quick results. But real growth does not happen overnight. Success takes time, effort, and consistent work. When your eyes are fixed on your own journey instead of other people's timelines, you become more willing to wait and work without feeling pressured. You understand that progress is a process, not an event. Some days you will see visible improvement, and other days you will feel like nothing is changing. But because you are focused inward, you trust the process. You no longer rush yourself just because someone else appears to be moving faster. You accept that your path requires patience. This patience allows you to stay committed even when results are slow. It gives you the strength to continue working quietly without seeking immediate recognition. Over time, this steady and patient approach leads to deep and lasting growth that cannot be shaken by temporary setbacks. You also learn to celebrate your own progress when you focus on yourself. Even the smallest improvements begin to feel meaningful and important. You start noticing changes in your habits, your thinking, and your behavior that you might have ignored before. These small wins become sources of motivation and encouragement. You no longer need applause, approval, or validation from others to feel proud of yourself. Your happiness begins to come from within, from the simple knowledge that you are becoming better each day. This internal celebration builds a healthy sense of self-worth that is not dependent on external recognition. You learn to appreciate the effort you put in, even when no one else sees it. This mindset keeps you motivated because you are no longer waiting for others to notice your growth. You are satisfied knowing that you are improving, and that satisfaction fuels you to keep going. Your mind becomes free from jealousy when your focus is on your own growth. Jealousy often arises when you believe that someone else's success makes you feel smaller or less capable. But when you are busy working on yourself, you realize that their achievements have nothing to do with your journey. You understand that everyone has their own path, their own struggles, and their own time to succeed. This understanding removes the need to compare yourself with others. Instead of feeling jealous, you begin to feel inspired by what others accomplish. You can appreciate their progress without feeling threatened by it. Your heart becomes lighter because you are no longer carrying the heavy burden of comparison. This freedom allows you to concentrate fully on your own development without emotional distractions. You begin to live with a sense of contentment and positivity that was not possible when jealousy controlled your thoughts. Peace enters your life naturally when you stop competing with everyone around you. The constant pressure to measure up, to impress, or to prove yourself slowly disappears. You begin to feel more relaxed and comfortable in your own skin. You sleep better at night because your mind is no longer filled with thoughts of what others are doing. You worry less about things that are outside your control. You smile more because you are satisfied with your own progress. This peace is not something you buy or achieve through external success. It is the reward of self-focus. It comes from knowing that you are living your life according to your own path and values. When you remove the habit of comparison and competition, your mind becomes lighter and your heart becomes calmer. This inner peace improves every area of your life, from your relationships to your health and happiness. Remember, your life is your responsibility. No one else can live it for you, and no one else can improve it on your behalf. People may give advice, support, or encouragement, but the real work must come from you. The moment you decide to focus on yourself, you take full control of your destiny. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you or change your circumstances. You realize that the power to improve your life has always been in your hands. This realization is both empowering and motivating. It pushes you to take action instead of making excuses. You begin to understand that every choice you make has an impact on your future. This awareness encourages you to be more intentional with your decisions, your habits, and your time. When you accept full responsibility for your life, you unlock the ability to shape it into what you truly desire. So today, make a simple but powerful decision. Stop looking at others and start looking at yourself. Shift your attention from what people are doing to what you can do to improve your own life. Begin working on your dreams, your habits, and your mindset with patience and consistency. You do not need to make huge changes overnight. Small daily improvements are enough to create a big transformation over time. As you continue focusing on yourself, you will slowly notice changes in your thinking, your behavior, and your results. Little by little, you will become the person you were meant to be. This journey is personal, meaningful, and rewarding. It starts with a simple choice to invest your energy inward instead of outward. And that choice has the power to change your entire life. That's it. We hope you learned something new today. This is the Bold Speakers channel. Remember to like the video, share with a friend, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.